Nerdventures! I'm on my way. Oh, it's a beautiful Monday. Here in the Nerdmobile on my way to Nerdventures Tower to have a good old stream. And man, we've got some juicy stuff to get into today. It is a crazy week for nerds everywhere. 2 episodes of Kenobi, Star Wars Celebration over the course of the weekend, Thor Love and Thunder trailer tonight. And on top of that, some asshole leaked a photograph of what Namor might look like in Wakanda Forever. We definitely got to talk about all of that and more. Juicy stuff. It's juicy. And we're going to talk about it. I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. What's up, everybody? Welcome to your Monday show. Man, I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be pretty juicy, pretty spicy. You see, what had happened was, and we'll get into it. We'll talk all about it. By the way, everybody say hello to the Disney spies that are watching, and also to the people from Disney that are currently getting paid to watch this stream. This is probably not how you saw your life after college working out. So good. It's okay. Me neither. But here we are. And I promise you'll still have a good time. You know, you can report back to the mouse. But it's all good here. It's all good here. I think we're going to have a good time getting into all of this, talking about it, explaining what's going on. And frankly, there's a ton of fun stuff going on in the world. But before we get into all of that in the story, a couple of things going on. Obviously, Celebration this weekend is going to be wild, bros. Wild shit, okay? So, I've been thinking about this, and I got to try to figure out how we're going to do this. I believe the way I'm going to do it is we won't have a morning stream Friday, okay? So I apologize about that, but the way I'm thinking about it, it's like 2 episodes of Kenobi Thursday night / Friday morning. That's bananas, and I still need to do like breakdowns and be ready to cover whatever news comes out Friday from Celebration. So no stream Friday, because we'll just be kind of watching it all go down, but there will be a massive stream, of course, for the watch party. Now, we have a ton of fun Star Wars swag to give away in sort of celebration of the Kenobi show. And so we'll do a ton of giveaways on Thursday. That's how I want to do it. I want to do it Thursday morning for the morning stream. We'll talk about Kenobi, Star Wars Celebration predictions, etc., etc. It'll be a really hyped up stream. And we'll do a bunch of giveaways via Nerdcoin for some Obi-Wan and general Star Wars swag. We've got some fun stuff for you guys. Then that night we'll go live at like 2:30 a.m. And man, I'm so excited to experience 2 episodes of Kenobi with you guys. That's going to be wild. We'll, of course, have a big discussion after that. And then, I'll probably call Theory after we watch the episodes. He and I will kind of do a little, like, 5-10 minute thing talking about it, and then we'll both get back to our respective chats. I will say as well, I think, and I gotta talk to Theory about this. Monday is Memorial Day, and I'm trying to maybe go to like a barbecue or something. So I want to see if Theory is down to do Nerd Theory maybe either Saturday night or Sunday night and do like a special Nerd Theory via like all the announcements. I think we're gonna get it from Celebration. I'm not 100% sure, so just kind of keep a lookout, tune into the streams, and we'll figure out what we want to do, how we want to do it, etc., etc. But regardless, guys, it's a crazy week. Ton of fun stuff going on. The Thor Love and Thunder trailer tonight. And you know what? Honestly, the way I thought, when I heard this getting like spread around and all that, right? I mean, to me, I was like, but what's Taika Waititi's, like, who's even his source that the trailer's coming out? You know what I mean? Like, and who's the NBA? Like, the NBA, they have, like, who is their source for this? Doesn't even make any sense. Tender Pigeon, welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now, and holy crap, those are some terrifying eyes. Mike East, welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. Good to see you. You know what I mean, though? Who's even their source for that shit, you know? So we'll see. I mean, I'm a little skeptical, honestly, if the trailer will drop or not. You know, these guys, I don't think they've got any sources. So we'll see. We'll see about that. But if it does drop, I'll probably do a little reaction tonight. Maybe I'll slip out a Nerd Theory a little early, do a reaction video, and then we'll very likely break the trailer down and talk about it in great detail tomorrow morning on the stream. Okay? Let me ask you all a question before we get into the Namor of it all, right? Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think we will see Gore the God Butcher in the trailer tonight? Jake, welcome to the Nerd Ventures. You are a Nerd Venture now. What do you think, guys? Will we see Gore the God Butcher? Ooh, a lot of people say yes. A lot of people say yes. Oh, man. Oh, man. Sweet mama. I hope we get to see him, and I hope he doesn't look fucking horrible, okay? Because, like, here's the thing, man. Like, you know, we're a little bit, at least for me, I've gotten over the Grand Inquisitor thing a little bit. I mean, to me, he still looks like Butthole. And the guy that did the interview, he's like, well, I purposely didn't watch Rebels. It seems like the design team also took that approach. And so, look, I'm kind of, like, over it or whatever, right? But Gore the God Butcher, like, come on, man. Gore is such a cool character, and he's terrifying. He's terrifying. So, we saw that toy leak several weeks ago. It didn't look that great. But it's just a toy leak. So, the hope is, of course, that when we see him in live action, it will be amazing. It will be terrifying. It'll be really, really crazy, okay? So, I'm quite excited to check that out. And I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. You know what I mean? All right, so should we get... Whoa. What was... Chet, wait. Bring that. What was that? Oh shit. Do I even want to know? All right, Chet. Let me know. Who is it? Who's at the front door? Oh my God! No! No! Fucking no! No! Just ignore him. Just ignore him. Just ignore him. No. Lock the door. It's all good. No, we're good. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. Oh man. Oh man. He looks serious too. Is he still there? Oh no! This is fucking still there, man! No! Okay, anyway. Okay. Okay, let's... DoorDash? Wouldn't that be something? If, Anyway, okay. Let's get into this. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. It was... this is actually a pretty funny story, in my opinion. Okay? So I was literally, like, just waking up. You know what I mean? I was, like, having my coffee. I had a light work day yesterday. I like to sort of gather what I want to do for the week, you know, plan stuff out. And so, yeah, I was doing some work. I was doing some adulting as well, work that had nothing to do with nerdy stuff. And I'm, you know, I have Twitter open, as you do. And my time to shine hello, you know, notorious leaker out there. So she shared a sketch, a drawing of Namor, okay? I'll show you. I'll bring it up. Oh, wait. Hang on now. Hang on now. There's nothing on the screen here. Chet. You're embarrassing me in front of the Disney people. Okay, listen. Here we go. Okay, so let's pull this up. Because I want to show you. I want you guys to understand the mindset that I was in, okay? Okay. So, this is the drawing that she had on her Instagram, okay? Now, it's not, like, terrible, okay? And by the way, she and I actually had, like, a little combo, and she's super chill, and so I don't want to shit all over her drawing here. It's pretty decent. I mean, what would you guys give this out of 10? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Out of 10, what would you give this drawing? It's all right, right? It's not bad. Yeah. So maybe it was just that I was waking up or whatever. But I was like, bro, that don't look that good. I was like, this looks like shit. That's what I said in my head. It doesn't look like shit, but that's what I thought in my head. And I said, it doesn't do him justice. It doesn't do him justice. And I didn't want people to get the wrong idea or for people to be like, no, Namor's going to suck. Blah, 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 blah. And so I stupidly decided, well, I'll take what he actually looks like and I'll blur it into Photoshop. And then I'll post it online so that everybody knows, like, hey, man, he looks very good. Very good. And he's going to look super, super alpha, and I'm just really excited for it, okay? So that was dumb and a big time mistake. Big time. Shouldn't have done that, okay? And so first I commented on her post, and I said, nah, he looks way better than that, okay? Then I quote tweeted her, and I put in the blurred image of what he actually looks like. And I was like, nah, man, like, he's going to look very cool. You know what I mean? I pretty quickly realized this was a bad idea. And I was like, ooh, shouldn't do that. Yeah. I was just waking up. Okay, I hadn't even had a full cup of coffee yet. So everybody get off my back. And I deleted it. Okay, I deleted my comment on her post. I deleted the photograph. But alas, and much to my fucking surprise, it was too late. And almost immediately after I deleted it, I saw like some of these fan accounts grabbing it and spreading it out all over, okay? So, yeah, now it's all over the place, and I wonder if it's in this article or whatever. I don't know if they even have it in this article. They have it on Reddit. Okay, so this is the photograph. I'm not, this is just something that's on the internet. I don't even know if this is the one I shared. I can't confirm or deny it. It's not the one, but it is. So, okay, so this happens, right? And I was like, okay, well, it'll be fine. Like, it'll be fine. Like, a few people will share it or whatever. And I'm sort of like watching this happen on the internet. And it's like, it just keeps spreading. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I was like, oh, shit. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, no. By the way, it was, and I'm not trying to throw anybody over the bus, under the bus. Maybe over the bus, but not under the bus. But this was definitely 100% given to me by Paul from Heavy Spoilers' uncle. Yes. Look, again, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but Paul from Heavy Spoilers, located in the UK, his uncle gave me the photo. Now, I'm sitting there and I'm watching it and like, yo, all of a sudden, it's like fucking Namor is trending, dude. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, no, I did a bad thing. I did a bad thing. So that's kind of how it happened, okay? Again, I do think it was a mistake. It was a stupid thing to do. I felt like the impression that the drawing that she did was giving was bad. And I think that Namor is going to be fucking awesome. And so I did the thing, okay? So it is what it is, you know. Whatever, my bad. Listen, can we get past it? Can we get over it? And can we talk about a little bit more of what's going on with Namor and what the deal is with Namor? Can we move on, you know? And can we just talk about the character in the film and in the cinematic universe? By the way, I will be having a Nerdventure stream at 1 p.m. today, and I will share even more secret stuff that I can't share here with members today at 1 p.m. So I'll see you guys then for even more juice. But for now, let's just focus on Namor himself, because it kind of seemed like, you know, her sharing that photo, you know, me sharing the photo that I had, you know, et cetera, like a lot of people started kind of coming out of the woodwork or whatnot and started talking about different aspects of Namor. And I know a whole bunch about Namor. You know what I mean? Like, I know a whole bunch about him. But I think this is a pretty interesting place to start and kind of an interesting thing to discuss about the character. So, says here, Black Panther Wakanda Forever is one of Marvel's major releases in 2022, and Chipu can confirm that the presentation of Namor's Marvel Prince of Seas will happen, but in a different way. Raider Gaming, welcome to the Nerdventures. You are a Nerdventure now. The character will not originate in Atlantis, as in the comics, but in the Central American region, and will come from a historical city submerged in Mexican culture. In addition, he will be the son of a human with a queen of the submerged people. Tenoch Huerta will play the character, who will also be accompanied by a royal guard. The change must occur so that the public does not confuse Namor so much with Aquaman, a character who has almost identical comic book origin. He is half human, half Atlantean, and governs Atlantis. Having two characters with equal origin would complicate the understanding of the audience. Okay. So, as, you know, was sort of revealed in a lot of the, the images and whatnot, he has major Mayan influences in his armor. Okay? Major Mayan influences in the armor. And so they are changing the origin of Namor from in the comic books, Craftsmack, welcome to the Nerdventures, to make him different. And this is in part, I think, to sort of, differentiate him from Aquaman and Atlantis and all that sort of stuff. But also, I think it's to bring in sort of another, like, I almost want to say like a racial component, because it really does seem like, Latin American, Mexican American, or not American, even just Latin and Mexican folks. I think there's going to be, in the same sense that, like, a lot of, black folk from around the world, or, African Americans, like, really loved Black Panther and identified with a lot of the characters and also just the depiction of Black excellence. I think that a version of that may well be happening with Tenoch Huerta and with what they're doing with the culture over there and how that culture interacted with this ancient city, right? And there's something really kind of crazy about the sort of Atlantis and also what was the golden city? It's El Dorado, right? El Dorado. So there's something kind of interesting about taking that line of thinking from the original comic books and adapting it and adjusting it to match up against another golden mythical city, a lost city, you know what I mean? And kind of bringing in these different elements and whatnot, right? So I'm down, personally. I'm down. And I think it's going to be freaking awesome to see. And on top of that, I think that there's probably even more interesting, fun things going on with the connection here and what it's going to mean for the MCU. So I wanted to kind of share something that Trinity, Second Street Marvel, shared with me earlier today. And he said that in Moon Knight Episode 4, in the Tomb Buster video, he was watching the Aztec lunar god. And in Eternals, they arrive in Mesopotamia, and the last place that we've seen in the past is Tenochtitlan, this city here. And so there kind of seems to be a lot more going on than just making Namor Mexican or half Mexican. It seems like they have some kind of a plan or a strategy to tie him to things that have happened in the Eternals, to things that are happening with the different gods, and perhaps even like the pantheon of gods, which will have something to do, of course, with Thor, Love, and Thunder, which will also have something to do with Wakanda Forever, which might have had something to do with Moon Knight, but, you know, a lot of that stuff's kind of stripped away or whatnot. And so, honestly, I think they've got a real winner here. You know, Marvel adjusts things from the comic books. Sometimes it's awesome, sometimes not so much, right? But this one, to me, seems pretty fucking cool. You know, I would love to know what you think about it. But I think it seems really, really interesting. Okay? Now, the other thing, the other sort of question that a lot of different folks have about Namor is whether or not he will be a mutant. Okay? Because they've changed the fact that he's like, you know, Atlantean, and now he's, you know, Mexican and Atlantean kind of, you know what I mean? And the question is like, will he be a mutant? And we're not sure, right? Even I'm not sure about that. But I will say this. If you look closely at this photo, and you know, before we say this, let me just say a couple of different things going on here. Yes, he will look blurry in the movie. It's a weird choice, you know. It's an interesting thing. It's like Marvel's CGI problems yet again, and he will be blurry throughout the whole movie. So I barely touched this up. Actually, he's blurry in the movie. It's really weird. It's an interesting choice, but yeah, he's blurry. You know what I mean? So is the blur perhaps an indication that he's a mutant? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's very possible that's kind of the weird direction that they're going. Is that instead of him being, you know, a mutant that has, you know, whatever powers, he's going to end up being blurry, which would make him really hard to try to hit in combat and all of that kind of stuff. It's very interesting. Okay. But also, if you look at the leg and or foot, you see this right here? That is a feather. That is a feather. And of course, in the comic books, Namor has winged feet. Really, like, kind of, in my opinion, a little bit of silly looking winged feet. And he yeah, it's like Hermes from the old like Greek pantheon and all that, right? And he can fly via his winged feet. Okay? And that's real. Like, that's on there. But this is, of course, design. We don't know if this will be in the final film or whatnot. But if they stick with this feather up the foot, and I really like the way it looks in the design because it kind of fits within the motif of the Mayan or Aztec sort of garb. And it feels like very like First Nation. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking of like a chieftain with a headdress and a bunch of feathers and whatnot. It kind of like fits in that kind of a motif. And so if that is indeed winged foot, I think he will be a mutant. I wonder if it'll be addressed, though, because technically we had Charles Xavier as a mutant in Doctor Strange, and it's not addressed at all. They don't talk about it at all. They just, kind of have him in there and, move on. So, who knows for sure? But I'll say this. This is what I will say. This is what I'll say about Das Namor. I made a video yesterday. I mean, it took the course of the weekend to make or whatever, but we published a video yesterday about the complaints about Marvel's Phase 4. Okay, so I wanted to, as you guys know, I was frustrated last week because of the sort of mixed reaction to Doctor Strange and like some of the dialogue about that, but really it was the She-Hulk trailer. This is what triggered me. I thought the She-Hulk trailer looked fantastic. I think She-Hulk's going to be a very fun show. But there were a lot of complaints about it. And a lot of people saying like, oh, MCU, or like, oh, Marvel fell off, et cetera, et cetera. And, I got super triggered. I'll be honest with you guys. I got super triggered. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, well, let's investigate this. Let's look at this and let's see if there's any merit to it. I highly recommend you watch the video that we published yesterday because I think it's a very fair look at these different things and part of the things that's going on. One of my big takeaways here was that Marvel needs more macho, alpha-type male characters. Okay? And, it's so funny to me that some people get triggered by that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, the world's crazy. But, like, how can I not say, like, macho and alpha characters? Like, how, like, would you watch Dragon Ball Z? And I'm asking some of you, like, real sensitive folk, I guess. If you watch Dragon Ball Z, do you think that the show is just toxic masculinity? Like, is Dragon Ball just toxic masculinity? Is Baki toxic masculinity? Like, what way would you like me to describe it that's better for your sensibilities? You know what I mean? Because it ain't that deep. I like Marvel. I like what they're doing with their female characters. A lot of their female characters are dope. But I just think we need a few more macho characters. Like, is that okay? The fuck, dude? So, point being, Namor, very much what I'm looking for. Very much what I'm looking for. A real macho, crazy alpha male type character. And him and the Atlanteans in this film are going to be fierce and honestly kind of terrifying. You know what I mean? Like, honestly kind of terrifying. And there's some things that Namor does in the film that will shock people. It's going to be fun, dude. It's going to be fun. So I'm pretty hyped up to see him and to see him do his thing in Wakanda Forever. Now, super big caveat to all of that. And one of the things that I think is just, it's a real damn shame, of course. And that would be that we lack T'Challa. Okay? T'Challa and Namor, two, in my opinion, very important macho alpha male type characters, have an incredible and rich history of not only fighting, but having like political disagreements. You know, there's so much love and flavor for me as a comic book fan between those two characters. It's fantastic. You know, it's one of the best underlining dramas that really makes Jonathan Hickman's new Avengers particularly so interesting, because during the events of Avengers vs. X-Men, Wakanda and Atlantis are at war. And it's bad. It goes bad for both of them, essentially. Like, they flood a big part of Wakanda, and that's why T'Challa becomes the king of the dead, and he's sort of secluded to the necropolis. It's fantastic. Namor in the middle of all the stuff that's going on with the incursions. I think Shuri and some other Atlanteans or rather some other Wakandans, go into Atlantis and fuck them up. So both of their kingdoms are devastated, and there's this drama between them, but they're sort of first forced to work together to stop the incursions, right? And it's so good, dude. It's so good. And it is a damn shame that we will get, in my opinion, all the juice with Namor. Everything good that I love about Namor from the comics seems to be being represented. And yet we have no T'Challa to work as a counterbalance to that, and to see these two, Chads fight and go at it. I really do think it's a damn shame. And at this point, I mean, obviously they are not going to change course, and they're going to do what they're going to do with Wakanda Forever. I guess for me, and maybe for many of you, the hope would be that they could eventually bring T'Challa back. And I don't want to get like too far into spoiler stuff. Like I will probably do a spoiler video talking a little bit more about some of the things that are going on in the film that I've heard, et cetera, et cetera. But I think there's actually a way, and perhaps even a setup in the film, that Chad could come back, or rather T'Challa could come back, or that I don't know how I could say this without spoiling it. So I think there's still a way to get to that kind of a thing. You know what I mean? But it is a damn shame that you won't get that in the movie, because it's very good. It's very good stuff from the comic book. So just kind of wanted to say that as well. And so that's kind of the whole full story about that. I will also say that Letitia Wright is out there talking about the film, talking about how much it honored Chad. And it's crazy to me because she's talking about the complications of the set, the complications of the production and all these different things. And man, the hate out there for her is real. It's crazy. I don't know if y'all seen it, but it's like wild to me. People just still, very upset with either things that she said in the past, or, proposed beliefs or rumors about her, stance on certain hot button issues, I guess is the best way to say it. And so it's wild to me, man. Like I think that's kind of unfortunate. It seems to be carrying over the production like a storm cloud of sorts. And so look, I think Wakanda Forever, from a lot of things that I've heard, the movie's going to be dope. Like, the movie's going to be dope, bro. Like, it's going to be basically a big spectacle Marvel movie that in a lot of ways deals with T'Challa no longer being around, but also Wakanda's place in the world, okay? And so a lot of fun stuff with that film, but I will be very interested to see, how does the fan base take it? How does the fan base react to it? Like, what's the deal with that? I'm not sure. And we're all just going to have to see it for ourselves and just kind of judge it on its own. But there's a lot of fun stuff and a lot of good stuff going on in there. Okay? So that's kind of all my thoughts on all of that. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is I wanted to talk about Doctor Strange, the box office for Doctor Strange, but also I wanted to talk about Batman. Yeah, I'm wearing a Batman shirt. I love Batman. And I saw this take online over the weekend, and I thought it was so good that it was worth really bringing up to you guys and kind of like doubling down on and really just digging into, okay? So, here's the deal. My chat's catching up to me. I appreciate all the new members. Thank you, guys. So, over the weekend, Doctor Strange 2 and just crossed over $800 million. Okay, so it crossed over $800 million, and it's kind of up in the air on whether or not the film will hit the $1 billion club. Okay, and actually, let's kind of start with that. Let's go to Poll Town, and I will end this poll, and I'll get a new poll up there. I would like to know, what do you guys think about this? Do you think MOM will hit a $1 billion? Do you think so? Do you think so? Chet, is he still there? Is he still there? Just pull up the thing. Oh my God, no! Fucking no! No! Take it off. Turn it off. Okay. Anyway. Wow, look at that. 50%. That's kind of surprising to me. So 50% of you guys say yes, 50% of you guys say no. That's pretty wild. Okay. So I don't know that it will actually. You know, because you've got you've got Top Gun, basically you got another Iron Man movie coming out this weekend, but he's in planes for some reason, right? So that shit's going to be fire, dude. That movie is getting rave reviews. I think it's the perfect, dad film. You know what I mean? And I think, that movie's going to do some big numbers. So that's going to take away, that's going to heavily reduce the ability for Multiverse of Madness to make a big take this weekend. And then it's rumored to be, coming out in Disney Plus relatively soon as well. And on top of that, of course, it's it's kind of a divisive movie, right? So I don't think that it will. Okay, but, and this is what I really want to sort of focus on for today. Do we realize and can we appreciate the fact that a Doctor Strange movie just made more than the newest Batman movie? And I know, we are in a totally, different day and age than we were, when I was growing up, et cetera, et cetera. But if you had told me when I was a young nerd that a Doctor Strange movie would outgross a Batman movie, I would have slapped you up. I think we need to take a step back and understand what that means, okay? Because that's bananas. Batman is probably one of, if not the most recognizable character from pop culture. He's got to be in the top 5 of most recognizable characters from pop culture. And I'm talking about, period. Period. Everybody knows about Batman, bro. Everybody. Batman's huge. And until the MCU, Doctor Strange wasn't even close to that, dude. You go into, just a mall, right? 10 years ago, you go into a mall with a clipboard. Yeah, another relic from the past. Malls, clipboards. It's a nostalgia ride today. Shut your mouth. We're doing it. You go into a mall and you ask people 2 questions. Question number 1, have you heard of Batman? Question number 2, have you heard of Doctor Strange? Bro, nobody's heard of fucking Doctor Strange. Nobody. And this basically shows, I think, the power of what Feige has done with this thing we call the MCU. And also the dropping of the proverbial ball that Warner Brothers has done with such an iconic character. Now, look, we all know how I feel about Midman, hockey pad wearing emo, one note, stupid ass Batman, right? So I'm not a fan. It's all right. I'm not a big fan. But it's still Batman. It's still Batman, dude. This is fucking crazy. I do think we have recency bias, It's what have you done for me lately? And I know the news cycle is 24 hours. But I thought it was worth having that discussion, making you realize, digging into that. You got to understand what's happening here. Because of what has been done, in my opinion, in one of the greatest film franchises of all time, created and crafted by the greatest producer of all time in Mr. Kevin Feige, even though he's desperately trying to get in here and choke me like Homer would choke Bart Simpson. He has created something that puts us into a place where a fucking Doctor Strange movie outgrosses a Batman movie. It's crazy. And it's just something that should be said. Okay? All right? Okay. All right, cool. Cool. Good talk, everybody. Cool. Let's see. Is there anything else going on in the world? What else is going on in the world? Should we talk about anything else? Should we talk about anything else? Oh, man. Sweet mama. Okay, all right, I'll probably save this mostly for the Nerdventure stream, where I will spoil a kind of juicy thing for you guys. But look, check this out. Check it out. One more thing. Just one more. Check it out. Okay, what's this? This is a gift that was given to the crew that shot Wakanda Forever. And this appears to be a jaguar god. I can't pronounce this, but it's an Aztec jaguar god. And I will share with you even more juicy stuff about this at 1 p.m. But only if you promise not to tell. Only if you promise not to tell. Oh, you know what? One more thing I wanted to talk about. This was an article that came out on Friday, but I thought it was so cool. And obviously, as a fan of leak culture and like, I guess somewhat of a participant of that, Jaguar. Okay, yeah, Jaguar. Is that how you say it? Jaguar. Okay, listen to this, man. Michael Waldron, love this dude. Love him even more after he said this shit. Doctor Strange 2 Reddit gets honest about online leaks. It's cool. Okay, so let's just go down here. This is obviously on the direct. During an interview with Murphy's Multiverse, he's asked about leaks. Okay, what's the deal with leaks? How do you feel about leaks? And, how does Marvel feel about leaks? So this is what he says. He says, I like the idea. It can mythologize otherwise. I have so much respect for what you do, for what all of the fan sites do, because that was the shit that I grew up reading. I'm such a child of Coming Attractions by Korana, Ain't It Cool News. That stuff is probably a big reason why I'm a writer. The scoop culture, to some extent, I'm like, it's great. That's part of it. I think it's our job. We want to preserve these secrets because it just makes a better experience in the theater for the audience. You're going to get a better pop from the audience if they don't know what's coming. But I think it's also, you can really, if you spend a lot of time online, you can come to think that if something is spoiled on a corner of the internet, that suddenly the whole world knows. But they don't. It's the people who are actively seeking that out and who want to find that stuff. And if they want to find it out, that means it's probably going to enhance their enjoyment of the movie. This is such a big brain take because it shows that, he actually understands it. Okay? But now let's read just a little bit further here. He says, and the people who don't want to find out probably aren't. It's like, I would be mad if the headline news on CNN about who was in the Illuminati, but it's not. There's a spoiler warning, and you know where you're going if you go to a spoiler website or a spoiler YouTube channel. It's like what we do. It's like the symbiotic nature of this stuff, and it just builds anticipation and excitement. I think it's cool. Love that take, man. Love that take. Because what he's saying is and I try to remind people of this too, that watch this channel or that watch the videos. Guys, we represent a very small portion of the overall movie-going audience. Very small portion. You know what I mean? Like, it's a small portion. And some of you are sort of like in the culture, but you don't even like watch all the spoiler videos and stuff that I do. And I try to keep spoilers mostly off of the live streams and just in videos where it's labeled correctly. You know, I try not to spoil stuff in thumbnails, etc., etc. But even the scope of people that watch this channel or are aware of this channel or other channels like it, very small group. Very small group. You know, grandmas, they don't know. They don't know about this stuff. You know, aunts, uncles, normies, they don't know about this stuff. And so he's saying basically that in certain corners of the internet, certain people that follow all these different folks, they get some semblance of the idea of what's going on. It's not always perfect, and there's things that are wrong, and there's things that are right, etc., etc. But it's just cool that he is not super butthurt about it, and that he understands that it's like a cool part of the culture. It can actually like help enhance people's experiences. Like for me, it's a whole part of the experience. I love finding out little things, knowing little things, and then speculating on how it all comes together. And look, even me, who's like knee deep in leaks, I get shit wrong because my fanboy imagination gets carried away. Like I hear a bunch of little things about Tom Cruise Iron Man, and then I like convince myself that it's there. And despite a lot of people saying that it's not there, I get like, you know, that it could be, right? So like, even me, I'm surprised by things. I'm surprised by how certain things that I read in a leak hit me on the screen, et cetera, et cetera. And I think that's kind of important. And shifting into Kenobi a little bit before we get into Q&A here, you know, much has been said, some of it by me, about the Kenobi leaks, right? And I will tell you with 100% honesty that I am so damn excited to sit down and just allow these first two episodes of Kenobi to just sort of like wash over me, dude. And there is not a single thing that I've read that can replace what the moving images, the performances from the actors, the sounds, the music, what all of those things together will create as the experience of watching the show. It can't be replicated. Nothing will replicate that. And even knowing more or less what is going to happen in these episodes, whoo, I'm hyped, bro. And I guarantee you there's stuff I don't know about. There'll be lines of dialogue that surprise me, et cetera, et cetera. I'll be like, damn, bro. I'm excited. And I am excited. I think Kenobi is going to be a super, super fun show. Potentially with kind of a weird ending, but I think it's going to be a super fun show. So, I believe that's probably all I have for you today. And I think that's all I got. So I think we can shift into the Q's and the A's now. So let me get that set up. Let me get it set up. It's hot in here, dude. Oh my god, I gotta get moving on this. We've farted around a good bit today. It's hot, and I want to get through this. I'm sweating. Hang on. I need Chet to just come over and like swab me down, just like of my brow and shit. Okay, anyway, let's get into these super chats and member chats, and then we'll call it a stream, okay? Boom. Okay, so first in today was Elijah. Elijah says, what if Qui-Gon revealed himself to Vader, not Obi-Wan? How would that convo go? It is what it is, and it's not that deep. Yeah. Thanks, brother. So that would be pretty wild. I'm curious as to how that would even happen. I don't think that Force Ghosts can show up in front of Sith. I mean, because Kenobi has that like line in the OG shit where he's like, if you go to fight Vader, I can't interfere. And so there could be something like that going on there. So not 100% sure. Jordan says, I sent you a heartfelt DM on IG and you didn't respond, so I take it all back. It's beef now. Well, I am sorry. I'm not necessarily that great. at responding to people on social media, so my bad. And also, this blood feud will continue for generations, so right on. Jake, thanks, man. Welcome to the Nerd Avengers. Kendall says, seeing Feige is scarier than Multiverse of Madness. It is pretty scary. I'm not going to lie. It is pretty scary. He's a scary dude. He's got a lot of power, you know. I hope I'm okay. Pretty Nikki says, excited for the trailer tonight. Take my money, Josh. Yeah, thank you so much, Nikki. It's always good to see you in the tower. I'm quite excited for the trailer as well. I kind of feel bad, like, for Star Wars. I mean, look, Star Wars is about to get a lot of love. Like, you got Kenobi, you got Celebration, a lot of fun stuff going on. But it's like the week of Kenobi, and Marvel's going to drop, I think, a pretty highly anticipated trailer. And really, I think, soak up a lot of buzz with that. So, yeah, pretty crazy, but I am also pretty excited about it as well. Mike Jokey Porter says with a $5 holla, oh man, I was going to do the call-in on Friday. I sat on the wrong stage for 10 minutes. Oh, man. Not only was I going to show for the MCU, but Wong as well. Hey, man, I'm a fan of Wong myself, Mike, so much love. And also, that's a shame, but it also is kind of a Mike Porter thing. Because you're a boomer. Okay. MCU Drew says with a $5 holla, says, when you leaked the photo, did the tweet say, but look at Namor's dick? Okay, so that's hilarious, first of all. And I did think about just putting, like, Den of Nerds logo on it and just zooming in on the dick, but, like, with my logo on it and just being like, Campia, am I doing this right? Anyway, Bradley Rollins, member 17 months. Hey, man, I appreciate all that support. Says, off work today because apartment flooded last night and waiting for the plumber. At least I'm here. Nerd Ventures to keep me sane. Well, that sucks, bro. Hopefully that gets sorted and it's not too expensive and not too involved. Yeah, much love to you, man. Kendall says, I'm super here for it. I'm interested to see if it connects to Eternals and the war that was going down. Remember, Claw called Wakanda El Dorado. There could be something there, my friend. There could be something there. By the way, again, I sort of talked about this in the video that I did yesterday. You know, this idea that Feige is just going to abandon connective tissue or just going to abandon everything being connected, I think is absurd. And I know there was a lot of people like on Twitter and in the comment section that were like, no, bro, the MCU has evolved past that. I'm like, what? Evolved past super fun shit that made it what it was? Like, I don't think so. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see, especially as we get further past the delays from the Pandy world and all that, how much of this stuff is connected, because I think there's certainly something there, man. Trev says, so subterranean plate earthquakes line in Atlantic zone doesn't mean anything anymore. Also, in my opinion, Namor is going to be an Inhuman. Whoa. Crazy takes. Crazy takes. Okay. So first of all, the Inhuman thing, that's pretty interesting. I don't know how many of you guys are reading Inhumans right now in Marvel Comics, but they're leading to this thing called Judgment Day, and oh man, it's so fascinating. There's a lot of fun stuff. So number one, it was sort of explained that the father of Thanos, alllllll, basically sort of grafted deviant DNA onto Inhuman DNA to create Thanos, and that deviant DNA allowed Thanos to no longer be like controlled by the Celestials and that programming and stuff. Fascinating stuff. And also, the thing that's being revealed right now in the comics is that the X-Men and the mutants in general are actually deviants. That they may well draw a line of lineage all the way back to some of the very first deviants that were on the planet. And I think the implied concept here is that if that is true, then the Eternals will literally have no choice. Like, they don't even have a choice. They will have to go fight and try to destroy the X-Men and the mutants. That's going to be pretty wild. So, yeah, there could be something there for sure. And I would just say, Trev, that the earthquakes, I think, will still, like, apply. Because, sure, it's not over there by, you know, this new version of Atlantis. But if Namor is literally the king of all of the seas, then he's still going to be butthurt about whatever happens and whatever damage is happening with the earthquakes. And they could also be spreading, right? So, who knows? Trev also says, also, Mesoamerican culture and winged feet suggest Quetzalcoatl deity. I wonder if that'll tie in a name or Quetzalcoatl? I can't, let's look this up. Quetzalcoatl is the feathered serpent or the plumed serpent. Okay, yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is like I kind of really like this, man. Being connected to the Mesoamerican like stuff, I like that. And yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty fun. Oh, well, you guys couldn't see what I was just looking at, but yeah. Let's see here. Justin says, if you look closely at Namor's dick. Oh man, you guys. Kendall says, as long as he doesn't kill T'Challa. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. That's all I can say. I don't think that's how it's going down. Yeah. Anyway, Orange Grove said, pendulum seems to be swinging the other way right now. Companies like Netflix moving away from activist-driven content, Disney to follow suit. I think so, yeah. So this is kind of I know this topic gets triggering for people or whatever, but, you know, I've been thinking a lot about this lately. And I truly think the best thing for culture overall would be if more people just sort of walked through that fire of, like, people getting triggered and just spoke honestly. And if more and more people did that, I think, you know, people would have better examples to kind of look around the room and be like, well, you know, not everybody that leans this way thinks that, and vice versa. So I know this gets triggering for some people, but it is absolutely the case that I think that activism and being very much like holding that in higher regard than like your job, entertainment, storytelling, and those things, bad model, right? So Netflix is currently going away from that. CNN is also going away from that. Zaslav, in an interview recently, said, I think that the coverage CNN had been doing recently is activism. And they want to get back to more like straight news, right? And so, you know, regardless of how you feel about all that sort of stuff, I do think that if the sort of political pendulum kind of, you know, swings a little bit back away from the extreme, I think that would, generally speaking, probably be good. So, yeah, it's possible that Disney will do that. I know some of you guys are like, nah, I don't see it. But these companies really do exist to create money, profit, and product, really. So we'll see. We shall see. Gavin Goodwin says, hey, Josh, finally got the chance to catch a live stream. I've been wondering to hear from you. Do you think the seventh chair was for in the Illuminati? It was probably going to be Boulder the Brave. You know, it was probably going to be Boulder the Brave. And at one time, it was probably possible that Boulder would have been in there as well. A lot of good coverage on that whole Boulder thing. You know, I didn't talk about it too much, but yeah. Each new member is a Disney sniper waiting for 1 p.m. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. We're not going to spoil anything too crazy. I just want to talk about a couple of things that I don't feel necessarily super comfortable about talking about right now. Anyway, Rob says, so, what if Phase 4 sucks because the new characters suck? Not every bad comic like Guardians can translate to good movies. First of all, you don't say that about the Guardians, okay? I love the Guardians. I like the Bendis, you know, kind of more fun run that it seems like James Gunn pulled a lot of from. But I like the old school Guardians as well, man. Like, they were a little more badass before. You know what I mean? But yeah. And some of these characters are, I wouldn't say they suck, but I would say they're definitely less compelling. Like, look, Sam Wilson is just not that compelling of a character, right? And so Sam Wilson, Captain America, he's honestly just not that compelling. You know what I mean? Like, he's not bad, he's not terrible, but he's just not that compelling of a character. On top of that, some people will tell you that they don't really find Anthony Mackie that compelling. So, you know, you might have a little bit of something going on there. But I don't think that it's because the characters suck. You know, I just did a whole, like, really long, nuanced video about all of that. So, Rhett Protectus says, I'm excited for Namor in Wakanda Forever, but is Namor really the villain? I have a sneaky suspicion that Doctor Doom may show up, or a tumor. Well, first of all, it's not a tumor. It's a joke. Yeah, I mean, Atuma, you know, he might be in there. I don't know. Atuma might be. I mean, he might show up. I mean, he might look real cool with a hammerhead shark bone as a helmet. Doctor Doom. I think that might deserve a whole new video. Daniel Rickman was teasing out a lot of Doctor Doom over the weekend, okay? And try as I might, he wouldn't give me nothing. He wouldn't tell me nothing. Kendall says, the answer is simple. The black community needs T'Challa. No other way around it. May sound like a generalization, but sometimes that's just how it is. Yeah, I will tell you that I mean, obviously I agree, but I think there is an effort being made to try to fill that hole. I think you already probably know what I'm talking about here, Kendall, but we'll see. We'll see how they approach it, and we'll see how it happens. But yeah, I agree. I mean, T'Challa is such an important character, even beyond the Black Panther mantle. I mean, there's a reason that I think T'Challa Star-Lord slaps the way he slaps as a character. And it's because it's T'Challa, dude. Do you know what I mean? And like T'Challa, to me, the really, really unfair thing here is that I almost feel like we just got the T'Challa that I know from the comics, and that through the course of Civil War and Black Panther, you like just get that character. It's almost like the comic book version of T'Challa just arrived, and of course, tragically taken away from us. You know, we'll see, bro. We'll see. Ben Edwards said, could Logan going back in time in Days of Future Past by the help of Xavier be retconned as dream walking? You know, I have never actually considered that, but that is fascinating. I will say I'm working on my part 2 to the Road to Secret Wars video, and something I kind of realized, and I wonder if any of you guys picked up on this as well, but the events of Days of Future Past are actually very similar to the Age of Ultron event from Marvel Comics, with like Wolverine going back in time and all that. It does adapt parts of the Days of Future Past story as well. But then you get to Age of Ultron in the MCU, and it's very different than the Age of Ultron one. And I feel like sometimes they change things to not mimic other stories and whatnot. It's interesting. But I like that theory. Matthew says, with a $10 holla, very generous, says, regarding alpha male character types and controversy around them, I believe the world has been overexposed to the dark side that potentially comes with that personality type. Thoughts? Yeah, so I would just generally say it's way more complicated than that. But I think that there certainly is a baseline feeling from a lot of different people that these types of ideas or traits are associated with a lot of negativity. But I think that's why it's actually important that good versions of those characters still exist and are shown. And I also think that there's probably a lot of people out there that just sort of strongly disagree, and that think I think one of the mistakes that we make in general when approaching a polarized topic is that we can recognize that the topic is polarized, but we don't truly appreciate what that means. Well, what that means is that there's a ton of people that feel this way, and then there's a ton of people that feel this way. And I think one of the mistakes we can make with regards to these issues is to decide that whatever one of those groups doesn't agree with our point of view, that their beliefs don't matter. That's a big mistake. Both sides make it. But it's almost like we can acknowledge, like let's talk about the MCU thing, right? So a ton of people feel that way. And it's almost like we can recognize that a ton of people feel that way, but we can't recognize that what that actually means is that there are a ton of human beings that have a belief about that thing. You can't just disregard a ton of human beings' beliefs. You can't just say it doesn't matter because they don't agree with you. And so I think with regards to some of these topics, unfortunately, that is the way a lot of people handle these things, where they're like, yeah, but fuck all those people. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big mistake. So I think that my thoughts on it are that it's a complicated issue. And also, if I was a corporation that was in the business of making product that entertained as wide a group of folks as possible, that I wouldn't pick a side, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would appreciate that there were a ton of people over here that felt that way, and I would try to service those people in some way. That's my answer. Daredevil Fanboy says, Josh, are you excited about Stranger Things 4? Fuck yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? Stranger Things 4 is going to be sick. And if those leaked runtimes are true, oh my God. A 2.5 hour finale. That's a movie, dude. That's a long movie, dude. Like, that's wild. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. Andre says, I watch all your content. Give me that tea, Papa Josh. Make me dream. We'll get there. We'll get there, my man. Okay. Let's see here. Mike. Oh, welcome, Mike. Zach Nation says, whoever keeps talking about the sound clipping, it has also clipped from me the last, 5 to 10 streams. Okay, so that's fair. Please, if you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the chat. Does it sound better? I adjusted it on the back end today. I adjusted it on the back end, and I think it will be much better for you guys, but let me know how it is on the replay, okay? And thank you. Fernie says, yo, if you haven't watched Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, it's hilarious and has more cameos than Doctor Strange. Ready Player One meets Roger Rabbit meets Space Jam. Check the meme I sent on Twitter. Oh, that's awesome, bro. I will definitely check that out. Yo, total side note here. We tested out the new Marvel RPG, the 616 system. I tested that out with a group of folks Saturday night. Fernie was among them. Fernie played Howard the Duck. And he was hilarious, dude. We had a great time, tested the system out, had a lot of fun. Fernie's role-playing was hilarious. A buddy of mine also played Frog of Thunder, and that dude was hilarious. It was super fun. It was super funny. I'm trying to maybe organize a way to do one of those streams for you guys live so that you could see how the game is and just kind of have fun with it because it was really a good time. But, yeah, that was fun, man. Jesse James says, who/what tells Steven that possessing a dead body is forbidden? Got to be someone/something's voice. I'm pretty sure it's just in the literature. I'm pretty sure it's like 101. You know what I mean? So, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Mandalore says, morning, meh. How was the weekend? To be honest, more excited for Doctor Doom than Wakanda Forever. Without Chadwick, the other characters don't really interest me. Do you think Doom will be in Wakanda Forever? Well, first of all, yes, I had a great weekend. Played some Hero Clicks. My Saturday was so nerdy, bro. My Saturday was so nerdy. I went to a Hero Clicks tournament, took second place. It was awesome. My new Sentry figure, oh man, he's so busted. He came in there, he ate a bunch of scrolls for lunch in game 1. Got whooped up in game 2, but then did some serious damage in game 3. So I took second place. I got a new Gladiator Prime figure. Whoo, girl, I'll tell you. And then I ran that RPG, so very nerdy, very fun weekend. By the way, Batman took my Sentry out in game 3. I should have known. Batman always has a plan. But yeah, as far as Doom and Wakanda Forever, I feel strongly that he will either be teased or seen in the post-credit scene. And I will also say, I think they have his armor created. Mandalore follows up and says, in what capacity do you think he'll be in it? Oh, I think he'll be in the post-credit scene. I think some of the machinations may well be placed at the feet of Latveria. P-Man Catfish says, flying to Cali later today for Celebration. See you boys there. Also, I'll still tune in, Josh. LOL. Take my motherfucking money. Yeah, thank you. And also, if you guys are going to be at Celebration, make sure you hit up the moderators on Discord. Jedi Mike is organizing a get-together with you guys that will actually be out there. I'm hoping to do like a Zoom call or whatever with all of you guys that are there or some of you guys that are there at some point. So regardless, I think it'll be a really fun time. So yeah, man, Celebration. Let's get it. John Cross says, Bruce and Jennifer will be in Mexico in She-Hulk. Think there will be any tie-ins based off Namor news? I don't really think so. I mean, that would be kind of interesting. I think there's going to be a ton of tie-ins in She-Hulk in general, but I'm not sure that Namor is one of them. So, Jimmy Bone says with a $10 holla, you mentioned that Marvel needs new type A males for balance. Do you think those characters would be enough, or will it take changes to the writing and tone we've seen in Phase 4? Love the content. So thanks, Jimmy. I think that those characters and introducing those characters will absolutely help. I also think, and maybe I didn't make this clear enough in the video, but I don't think all of this stuff is happening intentionally. Like, I guess what I mean is, like, I don't think the Russo brothers and, you know, Marcus and McFeely or whatever were like, yo, like, what if we shit on all the awesome male characters? I don't think that's what it was. It was more like, what can we do that's interesting and compelling with these characters? And I think that putting Thor on that fat Thor journey is like, it subverts expectations. It's really fun. It's surprising. Professor Hulk is the same way. So I don't think that there's a bunch of people sitting around being like, how do we shit on all these male characters? But I do think there is a tendency today to treat female characters with kid gloves and to associate making those characters fail or struggle or have flaws with bad optics, which I think does an incredible disservice to these characters. And that does not exist for male characters. And I think you're seeing a bad juxtaposition of those two ideas. So I think, number one, getting more alpha male macho characters in will help. I also think you need some flawed female characters, right? And I think Wanda is actually a great example of that. So I think we're on the way out. Look, some of you guys will get triggered no matter what. Some of you will love it all, kind of no matter what. So we'll see. I am Donovan with a $10 hello. Says, first time ever me and Josh align. Perfectly stated. Well, I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I appreciate the love. Jensen Baker says, hey, Josh, have you heard the Secret Invasion show takes place during the blip? Now, I wonder if it was the real Fury that dusted. That's an interesting take. I have heard that. I don't know if it completely takes place during the blip, but I think it at least partially does, yeah. And I don't know, man. There's a lot of question marks for me about that show, to be honest with you. So we'll see. Maybe it wasn't the real Nick Fury. Kendall says, dream team for Black Panther 2, T'Challa and Fantastic Four enter 616 Wakanda via incursion, drawing inspiration from The Time Runs Out when the first one happens in Wakanda. I would love that, bro. I would love that. That would be so cool, man. That would be so cool. Much love, bro. Sozen's comment says, Nerdventure for life. By the way, I think an interesting way to approach the new Black Panther would be to bring back Michael B. Jordan as the T'Challa variant. You know, I'm pretty keen on that idea as well. But from what I've heard, I'm in the minority on that one. And not a lot of people are feeling it. And a lot of people from Marvel are not feeling that. And also, I think when you saw Eric in What If, it really sort of solidified that, like, he's a villain through and through. It broke my heart because I was like, I want to love you, Killmonger. Like, him and Tony, I was like, this is cool, man. This is sweet. And then, like, he's horrible, you know? But that's what makes him a good villain. That's what makes him a good villain, is like you can empathize with him. You want him to turn it around. You want him to be a chill dude, but he can't. And that's good writing. Because, again, they're not afraid for him to make mistakes and all these different things, right? So it's like, damn, bro, like, that's a compelling character. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think he's T'Challa anything. I don't think he's variant. No. Okay. What else is going on? Let's hang out in the chat for a little bit, and then I got to get out of here. I'll see you guys at 1. I think I'm going to drop a Doctor Doom video today, maybe. Either a Doctor Doom video or maybe a Wakanda Forever, little more spoilerish stuff. We'll see. I'm not really sure. But, yeah. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? Star Wars up here. Yeah, David John Washington. I think it's... Isn't it John David Washington? Isn't that his name? But yeah, he would be great. He would be great. Ethan K, 14-month member, says, in my opinion, making female characters just better than the males is bad writing. Female characters can be complex, strong, without taking away from the males. 100%. 100%. That's kind of a big thing for me. You know, and I wanted to kind of give airtime to that in the, yeah. Who would I want to play Doctor Doom? So I'm actually really bad at fan casting. Like what I want, like for some reason I can't get it out of my head. Shit. The dude that played Aragorn. Why am I blanking on him? Yeah, I think he would be great. Vigo! Yeah, I think Vigo would be great. Do I think that Ant-Man Quantumania will feature the Fantastic Four? I have no idea. I mean, I've heard mixed things about that. Will we get our first look at Gore in the new trailer? I would love it, dude. I hope so. You sent a behind-the-scenes clip on Discord. Only a couple of shots, but a couple of questions answered in my opinion. Okay. Did you send that to me on Discord? Jeez. Yeah. So, okay. So this is a leak of Namor with 3 sailors and an Atlantean. It's kind of crazy. So spoiler warning for everybody. But there it is. It's pretty wild. I know. It's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Jada Smith as Dr. Doom. Oh my God, yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Hey, you know what? Do you think that we already saw Battleworld during the last 2 episodes of Loki? It is possible. It is possible. Get my reaction to the Kenobi car commercial with R2 and the new droid before you go into Nerd Theory tonight. I mean, a car commercial, though? A car commercial, though. Is that what we're talking about? It's a commercial for a car? Let me see. See if I can find it. Didn't this happen a while ago? It's Volkswagen, right? All right, I'll react to it. Here we go. And this is a car commercial. Okay.
R2-D2, we are not supposed to be here. What do you mean you're making friends? This is not a droid, R2.
What the heck?
Oh, there's nothing to worry about, R2. Look, it's smiling. Oh.
That's kind of cool. Aw, shit.
Obi-Wan
It's fucking
Kenobi,
Obi-Wan!
streaming exclusively on Disney Plus, and the new all-electric ID Buzz.
So what are we saying here? That I have to now get this Volkswagen bus thing? It does look kind of dope. Do you guys think I should get one? Do you think that would look good rocking around in this thing? Can you see like me, Elisa, the pups, baby Liam, like rocking this kind of a thing? Is that what we're talking about here? What do you think? Should I get one? I think it looks kind of dope, bro. Some people are like, no! That car sucks. Commercials. Oh, my God. All right, let's go to Pole Town. Let's go to Pole Town about this car. I want to know. I like it, too. Okay, let's see here. Should I get this car? Because I got a Volkswagen right now. I was going to get a Tesla. But this kind of looks like a good like nerd family car. Should I get this car? You know, I got to be honest. I was ready to talk a bunch of shit on this commercial, to tell Jedi Mike that the deal is off. I can't believe you made me watch this commercial, etc., etc. I was ready to get super triggered. I'm kind of digging this car. And so now I got to know. Now I got to know. How do you feel about it? It's $70K? No way. How much is this car? Hang on. How much is this car? What's it called? What's this called? New VW electric. It's like a van, right? The 22 ID4. Okay. And how much does it cost? Wait, that's not it. No, that's not it. What the hell? How much is this car? Is this even real? What the hell? I don't even see it on their website. The fuck? I don't even think you can buy this car. Starting at $40K? Okay. All right. It's kind of dope, bro. 92,000, 60,000. You guys are all over the place. It's a concept for now. So they're doing a... Okay. Check the plate. HID 104E. What you mean? Check the plate. What you talking about? Tim the Tatman would buy it on stream. It's true. He would. He would. Oh, Trev's giving me a Canadian website. What am I going to do with that? I don't have Monopoly money like you guys have up there, man. Whew. It's looking good. So it's estimated around the 40. Dude, for 40K? I kind of like it. Bro, I kind of like it. I'm kind of into it, huh? I kind of feel like that's kind of nice, bro. I kind of like it, bro. Okay. So anyways, yeah, so as far as the commercial goes, it's fun. So this new droid is going to be like Princess Leia's little Polly Pocket kind of thing. I actually do really like the design of this. And look, Star Wars gets a lot of shit for being like, I mean, essentially kind of there to sell toys and whatnot. And a lot of the design teams, like BB-8 is designed to sell toys. You know, the Ewoks were designed to sell toys, etc., etc. But I am also like kind of always impressed when the design team comes up with something that, like, in spite of all that shit, and in spite of being like, yeah, this was created to sell shit, I still want to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what's interesting to me is like, this is fun, man. Sell these at Disney, you know, sell these at Celebration. This is fun. It kind of looks like a mouse, like Mickey Mouse as well. It's fun, man. It's kind of fun. So, yeah. Kind of cool. And of course, Babu Frick. I mean, the coolest character ever invented. Babu Frick. Duh. Duh. Anyway, I got like a couple more minutes, guys. What else is going on? What else are you talking about? What else is going on? What else are you thinking? Babu Frick. I love when like C-3PO boots up and he's like, hello, I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations. And Babu's like, Mr. Babu Frick. Like, I don't know. I thought that shit was hilarious. Volkswagen understands Star Wars more than KK? Hey, you might be right. Apex, bro? Dude, I suck at Apex, man. I got second place in a Fortnite game last night, though. I'm pretty decent. I'm pretty decent with Fortnite. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Got any plans for today? I mean, yeah, so I got to work on some vids. I got this stream at 1. MTG news, played a little bit yesterday. Played a couple games. Elf deck got closed, but got outshined. My buddy built this new deck, and he's like, oh, it's not that bad. It's like a mid-range deck. And then he comboed off twice. Nah, Kendall, I do suck at Apex. Okay, well, that's kind of fair. Like, everybody else is really, really sweaty. But, like, Brad just can't. I like, it's too sweaty right now. You know what I mean? Can I show the Namor pic? I have no idea what you're talking about. What Namor pic? But not blurred? No. Look, Felix. I know this is kind of weird, but that pic isn't blurry. Namor just is blurry in the movie. He's like a lot of people are like, yo, oh man, all these pictures of, like Sasquatch, man, they're all fake because they're all blurry. No. Sasquatch just is blurry. He's a blurry monster, which in some ways is even more scary than a non-blurry monster. You know? So Namor's just a blurry dude. So Nablur. Ooh, I like that. That's why Doctor Doom's the best. Oh, you're playing it tomorrow? Nice. I got to figure that out. I got to figure out how we can raid the Nerd Executive, man. We got to raid the Nerd Executive tomorrow. So hopefully I can get that figured out. Yeah. Send some pics? Okay. You once saw Sasquatch where he's ripping your bong in the middle of the night? Damn! That's crazy. Am I going to check out The Sandman? Yes, I will. I like that comic. I'm a big fan of gaming. I watched some of the new Love, Death, and Robots. It was sick. It was sick, dude. My favorite one is the one where that team goes in there and they pretty much get annihilated by that bear. The, like, cyborg-enhanced bear. That shit was awesome. We should have a Fortnite stream with custom matches for viewers and members. I want to try to do something like that for sure. I will tell you as well, that Marvel Snap game, I've been going deep on that, like just looking at it, and the team seems incredible. I think a lot of people are sleeping on that game. That game's going to be fantastic. I will probably play that game on stream. And maybe even like end each stream with a couple matches or something. Like I'm into it, bro. Like Marvel Snap seems like an incredibly fun, well-designed game. So I'm really excited for that. Yeah, they kept calling it Honey Badger. Yeah, dude, that shit was funny, Ross, right? Like I loved that one, man. That was funny. All right, everybody. Much love to you all. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'll see some of you guys at 1 p.m. And then look out for a video later. We'll either do like a Wakanda Forever like spoiler video, or maybe just a Doctor Doom video. Maybe I'll combine them. I'm not really sure yet. Of course, Nerd Theory tonight. We'll be talking about some Star Wars stuff. Good Star Wars news, some questionable Star Wars news. Maybe we'll go over like what to expect this weekend and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, then there's a trailer tonight for Love and Thunder. It's going to be a very, very busy, very nerdy week, and much love. Get the Tesla? I don't know. This looks kind of fun, dude. I'm sorry. It kind of looks fun. All right, everybody. Much love to you all. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Man, I really thought I deleted that in time. It was only up for like a couple of minutes, and I was like, okay, look, I screwed up. Let's just get this off the internet real quick. I'm sure it'll be fine. Sheesh. You gotta be careful out there. You gotta be careful out there. But, we do the best we can. Much love, guys. Thanks for being good sports. Thanks for having fun. And it's gonna be a big week for us. So much love to you all. Open up your third eye. Watch out for your brown eye. And I'll see you later.